I remember again to use my examples close to me. We had a vice chancellor called Geshaga for many years at the University of Nairobi. He looked simple, almost with one tie all the time and one coat and some beard that didn't look quite. Yeah. When students were making noise, he would bring them down and say, "Gentlemen, we can have a beer." Yeah. You know, and he makes things that look tough look very simple. So when the people in our country are able to talk, they can diffuse any tension.
Yeah.
But when people begin to live under fear, you only wait for it to erupt, and the country is up in fire. Yeah.
But then, does that indicate a failure by our political parties? Because this is what we were doing in 1991 by pushing in the 90s for the repeal of Section 2A and then getting into multilateralism. It was basically allowing multiple voices.
Yes.
And allowing people to have agency beyond this one party. But if we can say that we have not really gotten out of that, it means that we have not internalized what multi-partyism is all about.
You know, there are mistakes we made along the line. First, the political parties, as Moi had warned us, are a cobbled around tribe. So you may want to argue, but UDA is a Kalenjin party. You can argue as much as you want, but when the time comes for you to know, you'll know that ODM is a Luo party. And that Wiper is a Kamba. You know, so...
You'll be sufficiently informed.
Yeah, you'll be sufficiently informed with consequences if you do not understand. That's the first mistake. The rising out of that, perhaps also, is that we allowed parties to be formed by individuals. So they are owned by individuals. So all that needs to happen is for that individual to be compromised. And that's the end of the political party in terms of its fight for what is good, what is right. So if the leader of party A, if, for example, Wiper today, if Kalonzo is convinced by Ruto and he joins him, that's the end of opposition voice from that part of the world. It ends, it just dies that very morning.
Ukambani iko kwa serikali.
Inakuwa imeisha namna hiyo. So you see, these are the mistakes we made. And then, to make matters worse, we have put that into law.
Yeah.
This corporation thing, this political party law that allows for formation of coalitions before and after elections, it is terrible.
Why?
There's no in the world where people form coalitions before parties, before elections. People form coalitions after election because I need a certain number to form government. I don't have it. You join me. You make sacrifices, I make sacrifices. You compromise, I compromise. Then we form government with you. This idea of people getting together before an election, it is messing democracy.
But it happens. It happens.
Yeah, it is there. I'm saying it's been by law.
Yeah.
It happens, even in other countries where, as you're going into an election, you know that these parties would work together as they are campaigning to form a government together.
It's rare.
Right?
It's rare because every political party is formed to get power.
True.
So how do you surrender yourself? Say, now mimi naona, mimi sasa mimi nitakuunga mkono. Hapana, mimi nataka. Nikishindwa, sasa tunakaa na wewe.
In fact, I think coalitions mirror one-party dominance.
Yes. Simple. We are going back there.
I really, the more I see, the more I think about what he's just said.
I guess think about, for example, the elections in Germany. Right? You know that as you elect this party, it works with these other parties. They are left-leaning, they are right-leaning, they are middle-leaning.
But look at them. Look at them in terms of who they are.
Those coalitions will collapse.
Look at them who they are. In that arrangement of German and other places, there will be very fringe peripheral parties that stand for one single idea like green.
Yes.
And they stand no chance anywhere, here and in heaven. Or even hell, that they can be
winning the election.
Yeah, and that's not their intention. They have a single agenda, and they are pursuing that agenda. The agenda may be too radical to form mainstream politics, but the party from the mainstream parties that accommodates them, then they are willing to work with them. Yeah, but here you are talking about a party that stands a chance of winning.
Or mainstream
sitting
party.
down, yeah, mainstream party, sitting down with another mainstream party. What nonsense is that?
Maybe they actually are not mainstream parties. That's why they're doing that. And in fact, our leaders of these political parties have agreed and accepted that we don't have mainstream parties. They all say you cannot form a government on your own. you have to form a government with others. This is basically an admission that Wiper is not a mainstream party.
But how is it not
UDA is not a mainstream?
How are they not
But we
mainstream
are going
parties?
to the
They can't win
demographic.
an
We are
election.
going to we are looking at the
In heaven or on
demographic
earth.
table and say now this is a mainstream because Kamba will bring 2 million votes. In a country where you win with 7 million, anybody who comes with 2 million, he cannot. He's a mainstream player.
But they can't win.
They can win. Why not?
This is why we have seen in all these previous elections, URP coming together with TNA and other parties.
And
to form.
that's the sort of nonsense I'm saying we must run away from.
Then they become.
If we
It
want
is an
party
admission,
democracy to
what I'm
work.
saying. This is an admission
That they're-
by the leaders of these political parties that they actually are not mainstream, that they are incapable of convincing the entire country to vote for them.
Because of
Why? Because their tribe doesn't
Yeah,
have
I
the
was-
numbers.
I was literally going to say-
UDA is saying, I am incapable of
Yeah.
convincing Kenyans to vote for UDA alone. I've got to work with these smaller political parties. You know, Ford Kenya, I've got to work with this and the other so that we can become Kenya Kwanza.
and I'm incapable because what do I stand for and what do I drive?
Yes.
If you don't have
Drive.
conviction
On
in your
anything.
if you don't have conviction and it's really about patronage,
Watu wangu.
ethnicity, exactly, then it becomes unsustainable.
Correct.
So now it's about who is mainstream, who bears that ideology that will let people say, I'm going to rally behind this person. I don't think that person...
So we
let me
don't
actually...
have-
I was
so we
just
don't
going to
have
say, I don't
mainstream
think that person exists, but let me... Yeah, maybe they do. Does anybody come to mind? Somebody who can say, with or without a coalition, I'm going to do this because this is what I stand for. This is what I want for Kenya.
None.
These are my priorities in this sector. Amashida Nisisi.
None.
We want the coalitions who do this together.
Those coalitions, we must
I
find
think,
a way
Janet,
of getting rid of them.
And Herman, I think you've just brought it to the fore.
Yes.
That we actually do not have mainstream parties. And I'm clinging on to that because I've taken that. That is what I'm hearing you saying. And I'm completely agreeing. The same way you're asking, is there any political party today that can tell us it can convince the whole country? That it can marshal the votes of the whole country? Can ODM do that by itself? Can
I think
Wiper
it
do
can.
that?
Why
I
not?
was going to ask Prof whether he
You
thinks
are
there's a
making
party
people,
like that.
people are just lazy because the law now makes people to be lazy. The constitution makes people to be lazy. We have to re-engineer our constitution. If we are a presidential system, let somebody just win an election. It does not matter by how many votes. We are creating unnecessary fear. That, oh, Janet must have votes from Vihiga, where I come from, then Mkwale. Even if you got 30% and became president, it is good enough. Because by having 30%, it means you may not have sufficient MPs in parliament to rule like a dictator if you wish. What does that mean? You will have to do the right things for people of Kenya. For you to last in that state house, even for 1 month. You see, we are approaching things in a lazy way. Because, Latif, you win an election.
Yes.
We have removed this requirement of 50 plus 1%.
We've gone to simple majority.
Simple
First
majority.
Past the post.
Correct. Now, maybe in the tribal nature of our politics, you come from Murema, okay? And you get 38%.
Yes.
Your next person to you gets maybe 30. Others are queuing behind that one. So you go to State House with 38% of the votes. Perhaps with about, at the very most, 100 MPs. Let's say you've done so well, you have 100 MPs out of 290. You will have to deliver to the people of Kenya for you to last in that State House.
Did KANU deliver in 92 and 97?
It depends on what you are looking at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moi won with a minority.
Yes,
Okay? Exactly what you're saying.
correct.
Moi won with a simple majority.
Yes.
Which, in the grander
About
scheme of
32,
things,
31%.
was a minority.
Yes, yes. In the manner I'm suggesting.
Yes. Did he therefore deliver to the people of Kenya?
Yes.
Did KANU therefore now behave better
He delivered
in 1992 to
because
97?
Because between 92 and 202, stuff happened that would never have happened before.
Let's pause there,
The one you-
Professor.
yeah, okay.
Let's please don't lose that trail of thought.
Yes, yes.
I was going to say, was his intention to deliver?
But the argument...
Professor Herman Manyora is a political analyst. Lest we forget, Kenya was a single-party state How much has really changed, though, is what the conversation that we're having. It's coming up to 8:30. Fixing the nation, one conversation at a time.